like old PS2 era games? Do you like hack and slash games? Okay, I'm gonna fucking stop. Do you like old PS2 era games? Do you like hack and slash games? Do you like Crusader Knights? Do you like only killing black people? Wait, what the fuck? Well, I got the perfect game for you. It's this game right here. You can tell I'm pretty good at writing. So I used to be a little shit. I remember finding this game which had like a cool night cover on it, and I was like, hey, I thought it was really fucking cool. And I remember this game very vividly because I spent like a pretty long time just trying to actually play the game, because there was this problem that most PS2 games had when they were ported to the PC, which was the controls. Like, most studios just didn't know how to map control settings on PCs. So after like 2 weeks of smashing every single button on my keyboard to try and figure out what the attack button was, I remember just like waking up in the middle of the night with cold sweat just thinking, the numpad, I haven't tried the numpad. So like the next day I just wake up and actually try the numpad, and it works. But the problem is that it's barely playable with the default controls, so you need to tinker around with the settings. And also this game has no widescreen support. But basically, like 7 years later, I was sitting on my laptop and I randomly get the memory of me playing the game, and I spent hours and hours trying to find it, but I couldn't because I forgot the name. Another time skip, this time around like 1 or 2 years later, and basically I was just talking to my friend last week, and he just says something mentioning Crusaders, and I remember the game, and it just fucking clicks in my brain. So after like a few minutes of me typing random shit in Google, I actually find the game and manage to track down a copy of it. Yeah, Look, I'm getting a virus as my punishment, so like no one fucking cares. I mean, come on, the game is pretty expensive for like an old obscure title. Okay, fuck off. Like, I'll buy it later. Okay, so before we properly start, I just wanted to say that while I did spend more than 5 hours playing the game, I don't think that I've actually properly experienced everything that the game has to offer, especially with things like its story. But that's probably mostly down to the fact that the whole game just kind of bombards you with paragraphs of text for its story. I mean, yeah, I did find it a bit charming, but if you're gonna write a 2-page essay on what the WASD keys are and what they do, then you're out of your mind to even fucking think that I can read in the first place. And that's just a tutorial. We haven't even started the game yet, and my camera is already glitching around, and that's something that you'll struggle with throughout the whole game. So that's just pretty. So that's pretty epic. So that's pretty epic. Oh, and also you use the use button to jump and climb ladders and ledges. But why? I think this wouldn't be as bad as it is if I was playing on a controller. But yeah, I don't even think this game has good controller support on PC, so fuck. Now, I am shitting on the game, but the game does give you the option to choose where you can start playing, which I thought was really cool. And I actually really like the graphics, and yeah, I do know what good graphics look like, but for the time, these are some decent looking graphics, and I think this is mostly down to the art direction, environment and level design, and just a general execution leaves a pretty good first impression. Emphasis on first impression. I mean, shit starts getting pretty samey looking after you wander around for a bit. Sound effects repeat, and you just start to notice that they only have like 3 actually unique models in the game. Not to mention, you'll also get lost because the game just doesn't give you any actual directions. It just kind of plops you in and lets you walk around doing random shit until you progress. Sometimes they direct you to where you need to go with like level design and shit, but usually you'll just get lost and start running around in circles. Despite all that though, the game still tries to redeem itself with the combat, which is actually fun. I can't help but to get like a Dark Souls vibe from this game in a way, but mostly I like the fact that you can upgrade your moves and get powers, like getting crucified mid fucking battle to heal yourself or some shit. You can upgrade your equipment as well, which I thought was pretty nice, and the combat just seems a bit more fleshed out and enjoyable after you get to like get more moves and upgrades and shit. So I'm pretty sure the combat is where most of the money went, to be honest. The game itself feels really competent in some parts and fails in others, but yeah, it has the same qualities as something like watching The Purge, ironically, but with actual enjoyable qualities to it, so as to not be tormenting you throughout the whole experience. I mean, the game is pretty fun if you just want to check it out, and I think you'd probably like it if you're into action RPG games too. It generally has some setbacks, but if you're into hack and slash games or night related shit, or just fucking you're a Christian boy, I guess, then I think it's worth a little bit of your time just to try it out because it's a competent game regardless. But I personally just enjoy watching big titty goth boyfriends on Pornhub and complaining about random shit, so like, what do I know?